Hello everyone, my name is Smithy and welcome back to RuneScape for Dummies. Today we're going to be going through Clifford the Big Red Dog, aka Cerberus, which is a Slayer boss that you can start doing under Hellhound tasks after you reach 91 Slayer. Now, you can get yourself a Hellhound task from pretty much all of the Slayer bosses, that being Vanica, Chowder, the fairy one, Konar, Neve or Steve, and also Duradel. And yeah, like I said, you can start doing Cerberus under the Hellhound tasks after 91 Slayer. The unique drops that you can get from the Big Red Dog is the Primordial Crystal, the Begazing Crystal, the Eternal Crystal, and the Smouldering Stone. The three crystals being the boot upgrades for the Dragon Boots, the Ranger Boots, and the Infinity Boots, respectively, to their crystals. You know, they're the same colour. And then the Smouldering Stone you can attach to a Dragon Axe, a Dragon Harpoon, or a Dragon Pickaxe for a infernal version. Now, Cerberus can give you some big money drops as well, a lot of alcohols, a lot of other really useful items, and yeah, it kind of makes those Hellhound tasks worth it, and you usually get, you know, 100 to 200 odd kills that you can do on task. You can also bring yourself a Bracelet of Slaughter, or Slaughter Bracelet, whatever it is, that'll extend your task as well. Now, that being said, now that I've mentioned setups, I go with a very, very simple setup of a Slayer Helm that I've got imbued, my best in slot melee cape being a fire cape, my best in slot amulet, which is my Amulet of Fury, then got an Unholy Blessing, any type of blessing that gives a prayer bonus, because prayer is incredibly important here. I've then got the Arc Light, which I'm going to be using because of the spec, and also it's considered Cerberus is considered an undead, so you get the perks from the Arc Light there. Then I've got my strength bonus items with the Fighter Torso and the Verax Plate Skirt, and I've also got a Dragon Defender, whatever your best in slot offhand is there for melee. Then I've got my best in slot gloves being the Barrows Gloves, Dragon Boots, and a Berserker Ring imbued. Now, you could bring something like, I don't know, a Suffering, but, you know, you really want to get your DPS increased here, so a Berserker Ring is very good. Now on to inventory. Like I said, prayer is really, really important. There are going to be certain parts of the kill that are going to drain your prayer drastically, so you want to bring yourself a fair amount of prayer pots. I've got 6, but you can adjust this to how you feel comfortable when you start to learn Cerberus for yourself. I've then also got my pots, so I've got super attack, super strength, and super defense. If you've got super combat pots, bring those, obviously. It means you save yourself 2 inventory slots. And then I've got food for tick eating with sharks and Karambwans. And in my divine rune pouch, I have got a home teleport, being the air runes, law runes, and earth runes, and also fire runes, because we want to be heading over to Falador, which I don't have the runes for, but I do have a portal in my house. You'd need water runes, because that is our best teleport for getting to Cerberus, unless you use the Cerberus lair teleport, or whatever they're called, that teleports you literally just inside. Talking about teleports and getting there, like I said, my best route that I normally do is teleport to Falador. You've also got a bank here that you can restock, and then you're going to run round to the Tavily dungeon. So when you climb down the dungeon, you've got a couple of options here. You can either take the long way round if you haven't got the level 80 agility shortcut. You can also use the shortcut here, which is level 70, but essentially you need to get round to this dungeon icon here. You could either run yourself round and all round the houses and come on through past the blue dragons. You could squeeze through here and run just past the blue dragons that knock about here and then run round, or you can do what I'm going to do and use the level 80 shortcut, which essentially you pop through here, you run round, and that's where Cerberus lives. So I'll show you that now, so you can just see some of the dangerous things that are on the way. I say dangerous, they're not really. You've got some poisonous spiders and you've got some hellhounds that you need to get yourself past. So it is good to have some run energy, so you don't drain and have to walk past and take unnecessary damage. If you want, you can brave melee here. I wouldn't really do it because it will waste your prayer. And then we're going to crawl through the cave here. That'll bring us into the kind of bit of Pan's Labyrinth thing, and you'll see the Keymaster. And then you've got 3 different instances, well, not instances, 3 different places that you can fight Cerberus. You can either go Never Eat Shredded Wheat west, north, or east. I tend to go to the left-hand side. No real preference, just That's where I go. And then when you get and you're ready and you're potted up, I've got a nice tile here that reminds me. You can turn the iron winch and it will take you in to Cerberus's lair. I mentioned that teleport scroll that you get, which is actually a drop from Cerberus. The Keymaster teleport is what it's called, and it will drop you right by the Keymaster, so you haven't got to run from wherever you've banked or gone back to your house to reset your stats. Now, I will be going through a full fight of Cerberus, kind of commentating as we go on what's happening, what I'm doing and why. But the main thing you need to do is, for the most part, I find just praying magic, protect from magic is best, and also having on piety. So a good thing to do is to set up your quick prayers, set yourself on the prayers that you're going to be using the most often, hit done, and then you can just toggle from here and it will put them both on for you. Now, there is a section of the kill where, well, it could be multiple sections actually, but one part of the or one mechanic that Cerberus has is she'll spawn these ghosts. Now, the ghosts are each of the 3 different attack styles. Red being melee, blue being mage, and green being range. Now, what you need to do is pray respectively of the ones that are attacking in the sequence. And this is where the prayer drain comes in, because every time they hit you, they're going to drain, I think it's 30 prayer. So that means you need to keep your prayer topped up and, keep your eye on your prayer as you're going through that and just don't take damage. That's the main thing. Don't worry about attacking Cerberus. Just focus on not taking damage, which is easier said than done, I know. Okay, I've now potted up and it's now ready for us to go in and do a kill. Good thing to do is have your F keys set up for F1 as your inventory and F2 as your prayers, so you can easily flick between them. I've also got my prayer book as F3, but we don't need that for Cerberus. I was mentioning about the ghost mechanic. When Cerberus drops below 400 hit points is when she'll start to add the ghost spawns to her rotation of attacks. So that's one thing to keep an eye out for as well. Is Cerberus above or below 400 hit points? Because after that, you've got to then keep an eye out for the ghosts. You can have more than one instance of ghosts when you're fighting Cerberus. I've had up to 3 before, which is really, really fun. Really, really fun. But don't worry if you start to get multiple. Some kills you'll manage to ghost skip. Some kills you won't. We're not going to be going through ghost skipping in this video. That's far too complicated for me. I still don't know how it bloody works. But anyway, let's go and get ourselves a KC and go for a kill. So we're going to be hitting ourselves on the iron winch, turn that on. I've also got a little reminder as I go in for turning on my spec. I've got a little tile that says spec on. Yes. And we're going to run over to the tile that I've marked just over here. Now, all the tiles that I'm using, I'll put over on my Discord. So if you want to import them, you're more than welcome to. They'll be over there. So now we're going to hit Cerberus and start the kill. Now, one thing we're going to be keeping an eye on is our prayer and obviously our hit points, because Cerberus can sometimes hit like a freight train. And we're also keeping an eye for when she drops underneath 400 hit points, because that means the old ghosts are going to come out and be spooky. So keeping an eye on, we can see that that's now taken her below. So I'm going to drink my prayer pot. She pops an awoo, and we can see that the first one is green, which means we need to pray range. Now, as it attacks, we want to pray to the next one, which in this case is melee, and then we will pray mage, and we then want to quickly re-prayer pot, so we're all good against Cerberus. Whack on our prayers again, and away we go for the rest of the kill. Now, it could be that we manage to get ourselves only a 1 ghost phase on this one. You can see him chilling over there. If she pops in a woo again, it means that there we go. I need to pray melee, but we might be able to get the kill before. That's a second attack. Switch to range. And I've done the range attack, and then we go, there is the kill. Now, that all got a little bit chaotic there, so we will do another KC, and I'll walk you through what to do when you see those fire things on the floor. When we're starting another kill, you like to quickly prayer pot up, and then stand underneath Cerberus. Gives you a bit of time in between kills, because she starts spinning around. Go out of my head. I can't remember the rest of the song. But anyway, we start attacking again. Again, we're looking out for the 400 KC hit points, and we're going to rock and roll through until we get to 400. Now, the fire attack that you saw, she'll say grrr above her head and spit little lava patches that you need to stand 2 tiles away from. Otherwise, you'll start to take damage from it. If you're standing on it, you'll take way more damage than if you're standing next to it. But that's another thing to keep an eye out for, because I've had it before, like you saw, where you get the ghost spawn, but also the lava patches as well, and it all gets a little bit chaotic. I realised that I didn't actually use my spec, but there you go. That's spec Cerberus, cool. So we are doing a lot of damage. She's not popped in a woo yet, which is good. There we go. There's the woo. Going to quickly switch to protect melee. Keep my prayer up. There's the gurs. Step away. Change to range. And then to... I took damage. Oh, shit. That was not a good example. Don't do that. But you can see how there's a lot of chaos that can happen in a very short space of time there as well. So I'm going to quickly heal up a little bit. And we'll finish off the kill because I can't see her doing another woo in the time that we've got left. Okay. And one more hit should do it. One more hit should do it. There we go. Heal up, and we got ourselves some lovely battle staves. Now, best place to stand is on the trapdoor for the next bit, when she spawns again, and we just want to, you know, re-get our prayer back up and get ready to go again. So, go through another kill, because that one was a little bit chaotic. Pop our spec. Nice, we actually hit it, which does reduce her defense, I believe, as well. Keep an eye out, we are below the 400 mark. So we want to keep an eye, keeping our prayer up. And play out the kill. Now, normally I find a little bit later in the kill, if you've not had a ghost phase, she's probably going to do a ghost phase and a lava thing, the grr, at the same time, which is what you saw in the last kill. With this one, I think we might have actually... Oh, there we go. So we're now going to switch over to our protect from range. We might even kill it before. So there's the range attack, there's the mage attack, and switch to the melee, and there we go. We got ourselves some lovely summer pyres. But you saw there, when I saw the lava patch, step away and make sure you don't take any damage from those. So we're going to do a quick another one. Going to wipe my prayers back on. And fight old Cerberus. See, this is where if you bring more prayer pots, you can extend your trips for longer. And means that you can get, you know, more bang for your buck with an inventory. And not have to keep going and banking and, you know, dropping off all your lovely goods that you've got from Cerberus, which normally, you know, Cerberus normally dishes out pretty well, but sometimes she doesn't. So, right, we've seen that the first one is a melee, so we're going to keep an eye for the melee attack, switch to the range attacks, and then I've run out of prayer there, but you would switch to the mage then. So we're going to play out this kill. We're probably going to get another phase of ghosts. Yep, called it. Quickly switch to my protect from melee. As we can see, it's melee, then mage, then range. And there we go. Managed to do that one perfectly, which is always good. And then make sure that you get your prayers back on so you're all good against Cerberus. So this will probably be the last kill of the trip. So I might as well use the rest of my specs. And there's the gurus, step away from the lava. And there we go. She always spits out 3 of them as well, so just keep an eye out for where they land. So a good rule of thumb with Cerberus is that her first attack will always be a combo attack. So you need to either get good with switching your prayers between mage, range, and then strength. What am I on about? Melee. Or you can do what I do, tank the range and melee attacks and just pray mage. Then you've got a second attack, which will be an auto, and it will be 5 of those attacks will be, you know, mage attacks, unless you then on the 7th attack, if she's less than 400 hit points, she'll do the ghosts. If not, you'll kind of ghost skip because you've not done enough damage in 7 of her attacks, and then after that, it's kind of free roam for how she'll do her attacks. And that's kind of where a little bit of chaos can pop in and out with Cerberus. But once you start getting the hang of it, it's really not that bad. And yeah, practice makes perfect with Cerberus, and I've now got 279 KC, and I think I stopped dying there after about 10 KC. So it's one that you can learn pretty quick. It's one that gives really good Slayer XP, and it's one that, you know, has some very, very good drops on its table. So it's definitely worth one doing if you see yourself getting a Hellhounds task. So I hope you guys managed to find something useful from this video. And if you did, please let me know down in the comment section down below. Drop a like as well. And if you're new around here and you want to see some more guides from myself, there's loads more bossing ones on the channel, whether that's Slayer or just PVM or even some skilling ones as well. Drop a subscription and follow along for the videos that I upload to the channel. My main series is an Iron Man progression series, so if that tickles your fancy, go and check it out, and the link to that will be in the description down below. I hope that the kind of kills that I showed gives a nice variety of how chaotic Cerberus can be sometimes, but also how you can kind of read her attacks and how to combat them as well. I might not have done them the best ways, but you kind of get a flavour for how Cerberus works. And the main mechanics that she has, I mean, it's once you learn them, it's not that bad. The main thing is just keeping your prayer up and keeping yourself fed. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Bye!